Yar me mateys, welcome to Up at Noon. No, it's me, Greg Miller. Don't be alarmed. I'm not a pirate. It's me, Greg Miller from Up at Noon. Different kind of show for you today. No monologue, no Brian Altano, no Nick Scarpino. Just me inside this ship. That's why it's so echoey. Seeing Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag. What are we gonna do with Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag? Well, I've played it. Ryan McCaffrey's played it. Those previews are up on IGN. But more importantly, we're about to talk to game director Ash Ismail. So let's go do that. Yeah. As I live and breathe. Ash Ismail, come here. Oh, there's a handshake.
There's a handshake. You're the first ever professional.
Yeah, that's all I do here on Up at Noon. You're the first ever standing Up at Noon interview. So congratulations.
Oh, I feel honored.
We've never done this. Yeah, we had to show each other who was taller. How this all shakes now. Here, let's get to the meat of it right now. This Assassin's Creed 4. It's really f***ing good.
Oh, thanks. I don't know. Think so.
It's one. I wasn't. It's not that I wasn't expecting it to be good. I just wasn't expecting to instantly fall in love with it when I played it. And I did the video for IGN, of course. At PAX, I finally sat down and played it, and it's the best parts of Assassin's Creed with the best parts of Far Cry 3 just shoved all together.
That's awesome to hear.
Amazing. Yeah. So how did you do this? How did you figure this all out?
I mean, it was simple. We looked at, hey, how do you make an awesome game? No, it wasn't simple. It was actually, we spent about 2 years, or just over 2 years now, working on this game. We started in a really good spot really early on. There was a lot of, I always like to say we were in the perfect storm of events. We had really good feedback about the naval prototypes from AC3. AC3 was pushing navigation in natural environments. Right. We had this character named Edward, who's actually been in the brand for a long time. We just didn't know how we were going to use him. So we had all of this, and all of a sudden, we just sat down one day and we're like, okay, pirate games, they're really hard to do. They barely exist, or at least a really good version hasn't been done in a long time. So we wanted to be the definitive pirate game. We wanted to make something that was really over the top, something that actually made us uncomfortable to do in terms of going out of our comfort zone. And at the same time, we knew we were shipping on next gen. Yeah. And again, because of this, we felt, okay, we need to bring something fresh, something unique, and from there it was like screaming at us in the face that we need to do pirates, we need to do Edward, we need to do naval combat.
So from everything you just said, it seemed like there was maybe 7 or 8 layers there where things could have gone disastrously wrong. That's what I can't comprehend about UB in general, but then also the Assassin's Creed franchise, is the fact that there's so many teams working on it. You guys have been working on this game for 2 years, but incorporating ideas that were in last year's game that wasn't done when you started, but then the timeline this is before that. Yeah. How do you not go crazy? Is this what happened to your hair?
I had a full afro.
You rubbed it all off? I
had a full afro. No, it's, the AC Beast is really a beast. It's really impressive to see. We have a massive team, but it's a team that's really experienced. People have been in the industry for a long time. Some people who've been in the brand, some people fresh to it. So I think all of this is really, I always say it's been the perfect storm of events that has led us to create AC4. A lot of people from Far Cry 3 are on the team. You can see it, you feel it.
When you play it, ladies and gentlemen, because Far Cry 3 was so good.
Exactly, and we're not shy to say that Far Cry 3 was a reference for us. Sure. Even Skyrim was a strong reference for exploration and how to create this really huge, beautiful world. And so we had a lot of Far Cry devs on our team, and we just looked at stuff as like, the progression system. I mean, it was really cool in Far Cry. Let's hunt animals. Why not?
Let's make shark skin wallets. Let's just go out there and do this. So then, were you terrified coming on? You say this is your first Assassin's Creed, but you understand what it's become. You know what I mean? The first Assassin's Creed was this game, and it was Hillary Goldstein said it was the first next-gen game he had ever played, right? And then it just took off, and it's been such a thing where it's, I have a friend at home who owns a PS3 and plays Madden once in a while on it, Red Dead, and then every Assassin's Creed he buys. Like, it's that kind of mind shift. So for them to come say, hey, why don't you be game director on Assassin's Creed 4? You're just like, oh, okay.
Well. It was... Honestly, I'm a huge fan of the series. I've played from the beginning, and I had that same feeling where AC1 just blew me out of the water. Right. AC2 being one of my favorite games of all time. Totally. So I was a huge fan of the series. I know the brand really well. When I was asked, I took it as a real honor. Sure. It was my pleasure. It's been a real exciting production. I'm super excited that we're about to ship this thing and that people are going to play it and then give us their feedback. And
you finally get to sleep.
finally get to take some vacation, some rest.
So then you talk about reading the forums and stuff like that. What did you take away from the reaction of Assassin's Creed 3, right? Like, it was one of those that it was critically well received, and for the most part, well received in general, but then there is this undercurrent of people who are like, oh, I didn't live up to my expectations. Why was I playing as this guy, not Connor, blah, 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 blah. Like, what did you take away from that, if anything?
For sure, we paid a lot of attention. The naval was really positive.
Yeah,
this was really
huge.
exciting for us. This was, it was a thumbs up that, okay, we're heading in the right direction. We were very excited to see that feedback.
Were you terrified again leading into that? We're like, what if they don't like the boat combat? The whole next game is boat combat.
Yeah, and it's part of the core.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say we were 100% like arrogant about it and saying, no, it's going to be awesome. No, we did pay attention, but we were very confident in that part. Some of the things that we did need to improve on, and we knew we needed to improve on, was the stealth. Stealth is something that we put a lot of effort into for Black Flag. And we knew this was, it's actually based off a lot of feedback, a lot of stuff that fans had said that, we needed more tools, we needed a clearer system, we needed that the detection rules were simpler to understand and more clear, better fed back to the player. So this stuff, we paid a lot of attention to it. One of the things we do with Black Flag is from the beginning of the game, we really toss you into the action. You're Edward the Pirate, that's how you start the game. You very quickly get introduced to the Assassins and Templar feud.
Sure.
And then from there, we open up the world. So really within the first hour and a half of the game, we completely open the world up. And once it's completely open, you can go anywhere you want. The way we pace it out though, which is something new for the brand, is you have these ships in the naval that are just way too tough for you to fight at the beginning of the game.
Right.
So, we tease you, we show you an island, you want to go there because we tell you there's really cool stuff on that island.
Yeah.
But then there's these 2 man-of-wars and they're building-sized ships with 100 cannons on each side, and it's gonna destroy you. It's gonna take you down in seconds. And so you need to build yourself up, and this is how we pace out the content. It's up to the player to decide when to go and attack.
Yeah.
But we give you a lot of feedback to let you know how well you're doing, how close you are to being able to defeat them, and then you have to use your skills to manage this. So again, this was a learning experience to put the player into the action as fast as possible and to open up the game as soon as possible.
So I guess then, you talked at the beginning of the interview that your goal was to make the ultimate pirate game.
Yes.
Do you think you succeeded?
Definitely.
Why?
Because doing naval combat, doing cities were important to the pirate life, doing natural environments like jungles, like coconut islands, like caves. There's not many games out there that I think could do it in one shot and give everything its due respect. And for us, we're building on top of a really solid foundation. We have a few games, in our backlog that we're able to build upon, and we learned a lot from them. Building cities, for example. I honestly believe we have 3 of the best cities in all of AC. We looked back at previous ACs. I mentioned that we wanted to make a definitive pirate game, but we also looked back at all AC games and we looked at what we loved from each AC game. So having assassinations that are a lot more open-ended. So we just give you a target and you figure out how to get to him and how to take him out.
Nice.
Having cities that were more about verticality and having a really dynamic feel to them. Mixing man-made structures with natural environments. We do this a lot and it feels natural and feels really cool. So I think all of this coming together with a really solid naval combat system, underwater environment, I think all of this is, it's coming to create a really awesome pirate game.
So then, it sounded like you started to go towards it, but you deviated back. Is this the ultimate Assassin's Creed game?
Oh,
naturally.
Naturally.
That's what I like to hear.
No, honestly, I'm very biased, obviously, but I truly believe this is the best AC. We really, and I'm not saying that out of arrogance, I'm saying that out of we put a lot of effort to looking back at what worked really well, what fans wanted, and we really pushed those elements. We were humble with ourselves, knowing what didn't work and knowing what we're not good at, and seeing how we can improve. And honestly, I'm throwing down the gauntlet. I'm going to say this is the definitive pirate game. This is the best AC out there, and I can't wait for people to play it. And yes, I will be reading the forums and seeing what people have to say about that.
Well, Ash, when's it out?
So we release current gen. We release October 29th in North America. For next gen, we are in launch titles for both PS4 and Xbox One.
Well, great. Ash, I can't wait to play it. Thank you
been
so
a
much.
pleasure, of
It's
course.
been a pleasure with you. Now we hug.
Okay.
I think the interviews are the best interviews. Yes, it's a pirate's life for me, ladies and gentlemen. A very special thank you to everyone here at the Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag event, including Ash himself, but of course, more importantly, you for watching this. Normally, we film it in San Francisco in front of a live studio audience. If you'd like to be in that audience, go.ign.com/up@noon for details. After that, make sure you check out this video the first hour it's live. Every Monday we post these things, and every Monday Brian and I are there typing away, answering your comments live. So tell me why you're so excited for Assassin's Creed 4. Why am I excited? I get to be a pirate and kill people. Just like real life, kind of. Except that pirate music, usually. JK, don't do that. That's bad. Pay for your music. Until then, I'm going back to bed.